Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
This is The Show Must Go On. We're
And
introducing ourselves right away right now.
Yes, we're going to do it right. And I'm Tracey.
And I'm Nikki. And we're missing Giovanni today.
Boo!
Boo. He has left us, but he still has, I want to say one more episode or two more episodes to record with us. He has a lot on his plate. Mm-hmm. So that's why he's not with us today. We're going to miss him, especially when we're super successful. Yeah.
That's true. But I'm sure he'll be back. You'll hear him again plenty of times. So
I think so too.
But for now, you're going to hear our beautiful voices. So you're welcome.
Yes. Okay, so question.
Answer.
How was your week?
Probably better than yours.
Okay,
I wasn't on my deathbed.
Oh my God, that was fucking
You
awful.
poor thing. Nikki was very sick. Mm-hmm. So, but
yes, we actually tomorrow's episode is an older episode. It was recorded a while ago, but it's still a goodie.
Yes. Oh, for sure. But yeah, we needed Nikki to take a little break and take care of herself because, listen, our health is number one, whether it's physical or mental. We need to take care of ourselves first. So
That's true.
But I'm glad that she's feeling
so
better.
How was it? It was better than mine? How good?
Oh, I mean, not like anything special. So my mother's brother, my uncle, has recently moved down to South Carolina. He's like 10 minutes away from us.
Oh, okay.
So
Yay, family.
so he bought a place. He's been moving down, getting settled. So been spending time with him, which is kind of fun because growing up, I didn't personally spend a lot of time with family. They lived on the East Coast. We were on the West Coast. So now I feel like it's kind of nice because I'm.
Where did he move from?
He was up in New York, in Long Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember this this family member.
Yeah, my uncle
Because
Bob.
I think at some point when we were in school, I think you went there and then you went home. Or like something with like your stuff was at their place and you went to visit them.
That was my Aunt Betty. She does live here too. So don't worry. It's like
that's good. It's good for your mom too.
It is, yes. I'm very excited. So we've been spending some time and like seeing his place and all that stuff. So it's been kind of nice.
Okay.
So,
I love that. Good.
Yeah.
Good. So wait, let me tell you about my week. I was in my deathbed and I wanted to talk about.
I shouldn't laugh. It's terrible.
I know it's terrible, but honestly, you don't appreciate health until you're super fucking sick and you're like, what is happening right now? Yeah. And I miss the days that I was healthy. Yeah. And again, like, I'm so grateful that, I work out and, I try to, drink vitamins and all this stuff, but I still feel like I took my health for granted many times. But I'm on the other side today, which is really, really good. I'm on the alive side. But
you're finally out of your bed.
Exactly. I wanted to talk about something that I watched over the 4th of July weekend because it broke my heart completely, and it was a documentary about Celine Dion. And it's on Paramount Plus, and I think everyone should watch it, but just have a box of tissues with you. Because Tracey, you don't understand, like, the way I was crying was not okay. There's a moment specifically in it that I was crying so hard that I couldn't catch my breath.
Oh no.
Like that kind of cry. It's heartbreaking. She has a rare disease called stiff person syndrome, and it's 1 in a million.
Right.
And she had to get that. And she's had it for so many years and she didn't know. Because it's so rare, they don't know anything about it.
Right. So they say, is it psychological? Is it this? Is it? And it's like everything but. Because like you said, they don't have cases to really compare it to. Oh, God. It's so terrible. And wasn't it like a lot in her vocal cords, too? Like in her throat. And it's like, she's a singer. That's her life. That's her job.
She started feeling it 17 years ago. 17 years ago. And she, because, you know, it's like the vocal cords are like a muscle. And it would spasm when she would sing. And she says that there were moments that she would put the mic to the people for them to sing as a way of her to get her voice back. And that it would get a specific spasm where her voice would go really high pitch and she couldn't get out of it. So they have no idea what that was, you know, until it starts like getting a little bit more serious. Right now, she's better than how she was, I want to say, a few months ago or a little bit before the documentary, which is really, she's doing everything to get better, and she's really blessed to have the means to, you know, have the care around her, you know, the team that can take care of her.
She got that money, especially that Vegas money, because she had her residency there for years.
Yeah, and then she does say she's going to sing again, but it's really heartbreaking because she can get too excited, because being too excited, it triggers it. And it triggers it, and then her voice is gone, and then she goes stiff completely.
That's so scary.
Like, it's so scary. And what do you think is her excitement? Singing.
Yeah.
That's her passion.
Right.
You know? It's just so fucking sad.
Oh my gosh.
But I do think everyone should watch it. It's something that everyone should know about, this type of disease. They do exist, and you know, you need to be on the lookout of, you know, let me just trigger you guys with one more anxiety.
Right. Oh my gosh.
But, you know, be more aware of the things that you feel in your body and all that stuff, because she could have started treatment a long time ago, but she didn't know. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
But definitely watch it, Tracy.
Sounds good.
And you know, she's so freaking talented.
Insane.
You know, she's just number one. You know,
love her.
She's like one in a lifetime. It's like we had her, we had Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. You know, our generation is Ariana Grande and Christina Aguilera.
Right.
You know, these type of singers don't come constantly. You know?
Exactly.
They're really, really special. So we need to appreciate them.
Yeah, I love her. So, well, I'm glad that it's like when you get the diagnosis too of like it's not in my head. I have some sort of solution. There's some sort of progress of like, okay, now we know what it is. Now let's see what we can do.
What do we do?
Like, either combat it or find a cure or whatever.
Yeah.
So at least there's steps
100%.
that can be taken now. So that's good. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely your mom would like to watch it too. You know,
I think she did, or she watched like an interview. I think that she did. It was like on 2020 or something, maybe. So I think she did it right after it came out as PR. Yeah, so I think my mom watched it. So
yeah, she would like it. It's really interesting to, you know, to know like how she started feeling it, not knowing, and the little things, and then how it started adding up, and it's like, okay, this is something. This is actually something that matters, you know.
Right.
So, and it's her. It's not like somebody telling her story. It's her, you know, telling us, and how she still wants to sing, and you know, all the good stuff. So, make sure you watch it.
Okay, will do.
Something else that I wanted to talk about. It was the nominations that came out today. Emmy nominations.
Oh my gosh! Already?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because the Emmys, aren't they in September?
Yes, but... I mean, we're halfway through July, but...
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, wait. So, okay. Go ahead. Lay it on me.
Okay, so The Bear has the most nominations ever.
I just finished it today. Holy
23 nominations.
Shit. I mean, listen.
Wait, you finished it today?
Yeah.
I only watched the first episode because we were watching Game of Thrones. We finished Game of Thrones again.
I mean, fair. Fair.
Yeah, and now we definitely are going into The Bear episode 2.
So good. Such a good... I mean, they they deserve all the
nominations.
Awards.
Yeah.
They're so good.
I mean, the season that they're nominated for was freaking amazing. So, and everyone that was a guest in it, I think 90% of them were nominated as guests.
Amazing.
So I think that's what helped them get higher nominations too, because they got their standard casts, directing, you know, plus all the guests got nominated because they were on point.
Yes.
Everyone was so good.
I know. Like, I love Olivia
Palm
Colman.
Royale.
Really?
Yeah, Palm Royale, and I was surprised too.
Wait, for what?
Comedy.
Like, best comedy?
Mm-hmm. Limited series.
Okay.
And Kristen Wiig obviously is nominated.
I mean, she was great. So that's fine. She can stay.
I didn't look anything like I saw the names and I was like, oh my god. You know, I didn't go in too deep. Sure. I should have. But Shogun also nominated.
Okay.
Which, by the way, listeners, we covered all these shows. So make sure you watch it and then you come to our podcast. You listen to us and tell us if you agree with us.
Perfect. And then watch the Emmys. So you have time. There we go.
Yeah, you have time. You have time to catch up. Let me see. What else did... Only Murders in the Building. For sure.
I'm so excited for the new season.
Do you see the trailer?
Yeah.
It's different. So I'm really, really pumped to see where it's going. I was... Honestly, I gotta say again that I was really shocked with Palm Royale.
Them getting nominated?
Yes, because I don't know. It's one of those. It's one of those shows that I'm like, It's not that the acting was bad. Nothing was bad. It's more of the writing.
Yeah.
You know.
'Cause especially when it's like. Overall, like it doesn't feel deserved. I'm so sorry because like overall, like the full package, like the whole show, it didn't scream Emmy worthy. Like, I'm sure there are other shows out there that probably deserve it a little bit more.
Yeah. So let me see what else got nominated. Obviously, True Detective. Got nominated.
Okay.
Yes. And what's her name? The actress.
Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster got nominated.
She was really
which is great
good.
because she did an amazing job.
Yeah. Really good.
The Morning Show.
Of course.
And Jennifer Aniston as
your
a
girl
leading actress. Yeah. And this is a show. Obviously Baby Reindeer.
Oh,
these are like all these things we've covered, which I'm so proud of.
Look at us. Okay, we're psychics. It's because we knew all this stuff was going to get nominated.
We know what's hot, baby.
We know our shit. Just saying.
And then I don't know if you've ever watched this, Trace, but I really, really liked it, and I kept telling Joe to watch, and he's like, I don't want to, blah blah blah. But Lessons in Chemistry.
I read the book. I read the book.
Oh, it's based on a book. You see? I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, I read the book. I did not watch the show yet because I had heard some things. It's a little different than the book. So I wasn't really sure. Only because I feel like they were trying to do too much compared to the book. Because it's already... Well, in the book...
Oh, in the show.
Right. Like, in the book, it's very much like a feminist piece. Like, it takes place in the 60s, and it's a woman who is in the field of science, and she's the minority. Like, she's working with men. They treat her like a secretary, and she's just as smart as they are.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, to me, that was sort of the
You'll
whole
see
point
all of that.
With the book, but then they sort of added a little bit more to the TV series. So
yeah, but still, that's the show.
Yeah,
it's still that. It's still her being a minority in a powerful male environment.
Right. Okay.
I still think you should watch it. It's really It's beautifully done.
Okay.
I liked it so much. And there's this one episode that my heart was so warm the whole time.
Okay.
Everyone went to work. The writing was beautiful. Obviously, once you watch it, you can tell me if you like the book better.
9 times out of 10, the book is usually better. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I think they did, as a person that didn't write the book, for a first time intake of the story, I really liked it.
Right.
Really, really, really liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me write it down.
Write it down.
What else do I need to watch? I'm so behind with everything.
Abbott Elementary, obviously, which I think is
sure.
fucking hilarious.
It's a great show.
And then Three Body Problem, which I know you watched it, right? You and Joe.
Joe did. I
Joe
did not.
watched it. I have not watched it, and it has a few nominations. So, yeah. Fargo, obviously. I feel like every year.
Yeah.
But yeah. And Ripley. But I don't know what that one is.
I feel... Okay. Andrew Scott is in that.
Okay.
The priest from Fleabag.
Mm-hmm.
I love him. Mm-hmm. I think it's supposed to be like a talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh.
Like, I don't know if it's like a remake or whatever, but I think it's in TV form, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I could be totally wrong, but I don't know. I heard good things.
Doesn't catch my eye.
Yeah. I don't know.
I want to say something that you would love. Your future husband that he doesn't know that he is.
Chris Evans?
Tell me who it is. No.
Michael B. Jordan? Idris Elba.
No. Yes!
How many future husbands do I have?
I like the third one.
Okay.
He got nominated for Hijack, which I think is an amazing show. Did you see it?
I love him. No.
You would really, really like it. It's one of those, you have to binge it though, because you're not going to be able to stop. Okay. And I think he did an amazing job.
I love him.
In that role. I mean, he's super talented, but and I kept thinking, I'm like, they need to bring more series like this, limited, that I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? I want to know. It keeps you on your toes the whole time. Right. But it's definitely a binge. I watched it in one sitting. I was like, next.
How many episodes are there?
I think it's 7 or 8.
Okay.
And it's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I feel like I've seen the poster, whatever. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's at the top of the list.
That one, it's nice for the visual too.
Eye candy. Oh, so hot. Only 6
so
on Britain's top 10 sexy men list. 6.
The fact that Rob Stark wasn't in it,
I know.
Just
even David Beckham. I'll take Beckham.
What was that?
I don't know. Any of our British listeners out there, can you please explain to me your taste in men?
And we have a few.
I'm so confused.
We have listeners from England somehow.
Well, comment.
So please tell us what your taste is like, because we're kind of confused right now.
Explain to me. Is it sexy? You're going off of personality? Because visually,
some of them, the number one, I'm not even personality, man.
That's like us. I'm sorry. That's like us saying Trump or something. It's
literally
number one on the sex.
Oh my God, he's so hot.
Also, I think someone had mentioned that I can't even remember his name, that he had made misogynistic and racist and all these terrible remarks. So I'm like,
I think the list is rigged. Who did that?
Someone got paid for sure.
Yeah.
How much money you
100%.
make off of that? Oh my God.
But yeah, that's all I have for today. Do you have anything that I know that was a lot.
No, I love it. Thank you. I feel so behind with everything.
I found out about the
TV-wise.
nominations because I went on Instagram for a second and you know, E-News, first
Boom.
thing. The Bear takes the maximum nominations, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, they came out today? And then I clicked on the link.
It feels so soon.
It feels really soon. But the thing is, I think they did the Emmys later because of the writer's strike.
Right. Yes.
Probably later in the year, so it feels closer to now.
That's true. Because
Last
I feel
year.
like it used to be like earlier in September.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had like pushed it back last year. Yeah.
I think so, for sure.
Well, that's exciting.
Okay.
I can't wait to watch and see what wins.
It is.
Might have to take some
It is
bets.
really exciting. I know, right? We should.
That actually would be fun. Let's do it.
But I do have to watch some of them. There's like a couple more that I'm like, I have no idea. Like the 3-Body Problem one, I'm like,
Right.
Giovanni did talk about it. He said it's really good. So
Yeah, I've heard good things, and it seems like they're going to do another season. Because I think there's like 2 or 3 books. It's based off of like a series. So I think it was sort of a cliffhanger with that one.
Okay.
So.
I'm excited. I'm excited
Me
to
too.
watch it. Okay, so let's see. What are we discussing today, Tracy? You want to tell them?
Oh my gosh. I don't think I was prepared for this. Like, I had just seen that people were talking about it, and I was like, sure, why not?
Me either. Let me tell you, me either.
And I was not prepared. So today we're going to talk about the Netflix documentary called The Man with 1,000 Kids. So the gist of it is a group of families learn the charismatic man they had trusted as their sperm donor has hundreds or perhaps thousands of other children across the world.
Tracy, when I can't tell you how many oh my god I said while watching that.
That and my mouth was pretty much
open the whole
my
time.
jaw was on the floor the whole time. I was catching flies.
Yes, 100. I would cover my face. I was like, I can't, but like it was, and it's an easy watch in the sense of it's like 3 episodes, like 40 to 45 minutes. So I like watched it in like 2 sittings because I had to go to work, but I could have watched it like one time sitting down.
For sure.
I think it's really well done.
Yeah.
I tried to look for the director and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was like, where is it? I did find like the producers, but I couldn't find the director. But I think it's really, really well done.
Mm-hmm.
But this story might be one of the most fucked up stories I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm. And it just raises so many questions, I think, about
Sperm donors in general.
and laws and
yeah.
procedures and the like healthcare system too, and like how they don't share information.
Nothing. Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like if they did, it could have been preventable. But okay.
No, yeah. I wanted to talk about that thing of, having let's talk about the first episode. Right away they introduced the fact that there's a way that you can do private donation on I don't think that should exist.
I didn't know that was a thing because
I didn't know that was a thing either. I was like, wait,
Right.
what does that even mean? And the fact that the person can just give you the sperm and then you put it in yourself right away, which by the way, how does that even work?
Honestly, there were a few times I was gagging too, just even
'cause
thinking
you
about
see
that.
the little cup.
And like, having to self-inseminate, I was like, barf.
You
so
must
gross.
want a kid really, really bad to do that.
1,000%. Like your ovaries are aching.
Yeah.
To be
The fact
pregnant.
that you have to like see it, no.
Oh my.
So first thing first, they do introduce this whole concept that I've never heard of in my life, and we're just watching it happen to not just this one family, but to a few families, and it's he says that he wants to help how many families? Like 5?
Yeah, he was like, oh, I just want to help like 5 families. You're my third. And I mean, at this point, you've introduced like 5, 6 women. Some are a lesbian couple, some are single lesbians, some are single heterosexual women. It sort of runs the gamut.
Yeah, and some are just couples that just can't conceive.
Oh, right. There was that married couple, man, woman, and he had a vasectomy, and they couldn't reverse it, and they wanted to have children. So that's true. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, already you have like 6 families, and he's telling, oh, you're my third. So already you're like, this guy's a fucking liar.
And I just want to say this. From the get-go, when they say something about you are allowed to basically create 25 children.
Too
or
many.
Donate 25. I think that's way too much already.
Already too many.
That can only create damage mentally, not just for the children, but for him. Because you're already giving him, I mean, the donor, this like mental power.
God complex.
Yes, I said it from the first episode. I was like, this sounds like a God complex.
Yeah.
Like, he can control everything. He can control life.
Yeah.
Literally.
For sure. Absolutely.
So, that was the first no for me. I was like, 25 kids, no. But then, as the documentary goes by the end of that first episode, we find out that he has donated to... in Netherlands, only in Netherlands, to 11 clinics, which that means if each one of those clinics has a maximum of 25, I can't do the math right now, but that's more than 100.
Right.
You know?
That's multiple hundreds. Like that.
And you know
insane.
what I was also thinking? How is there not like a database?
That's what I'm saying, where it's like, so they can put in his name, has he donated at this other clinic, and it's like, he has already. No. There's so much sperm out there. I'm sorry. And they're not getting paid for it. That's the thing, is they do it for free. So it's not like they're getting a payout from it.
My boyfriend kept saying, how much money is he making from it? And then the thing is, like, you're not, you for example, I didn't know, because I know some places like insemination and all that stuff, it can be really, really expensive. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking at the beginning, that the guy is making money.
That's what I thought too. I was like, maybe even just a little bit. Sure.
Yeah. It's like a couple of 5,000 here and there. He's just pocketing that money, not caring about his fucking consequences at all.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
Also,
this
all
is
the
about
traveling.
The money.
Right. All the traveling he's doing, because he's like a YouTuber or whatever, and he's like, I'm in Antarctica. And it's like, how the fuck did you get there? That's got to be expensive. So it's like he's got to be making money to be traveling all over the place.
Yeah. So the whole time I was thinking that, I was like, oh, he's just making a lot of money, not thinking about the consequences, but he's not even making money. You know, he makes money on the private ones, but it's not even that much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the whole time, I'm like, you know, he's just making money, and this is his terrible way of making it. But then it's not even that. It's just about the power that he has.
Right.
You know, and choosing vulnerable people that are desperate, they always fucking do that.
Right.
They're always, let me choose the most vulnerable ones and do whatever the fuck I want.
Right. Because they're in a situation where it's like they really want something and he can provide it for them.
Mm-hmm. And let me ask you a question, Tracy. What do you think about, you know, because these families are putting all these kids together, which, you know, they're in an extreme case. Like, you have to make sure your kid knows their siblings so they don't end up dating. But if you are in a situation, obviously that's not like that. That's not. That is, you got a donation or a sperm donor, whatever, would you want them to, meet the donor? I don't think I would like that. I think it's something that I can be like, you can have this option of meeting them, like, once you're older.
Which is, with most of the clinics, it's like they have to be 16, 17, 18 years old. So they're more of an adult. And then they have the option, right?
Yeah.
Now,
because a lot of them from the private donations were like, oh, yeah, I want him to be involved. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, especially like if you're a couple, I'd be like, we're the parents. It's just his sperm. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We can send them a thank you note eventually.
Maybe a picture here or there. Thank you, whatever.
I'm not even. I don't trust anybody.
Too much, no. But listen, and I was thinking too, I was like, I can understand from like the woman's point of view of like wanting to meet this guy.
Yeah.
Because it's genetics, it's DNA, like this is going to be partly your child. Mm-hmm. So you don't want a complete psycho, right? And I love that all of them were like, oh, and I saw a picture and he has great hair. He has great hair. He has great hair. That was like the only thing that they were focusing on. And I was like,
he's not good
right.
looking.
And I was like, he's okay looking and he has nice hair, but also like, what about mental health history? What about familial health history? Like diabetes,
Who
cancer.
Cares? Bring them genes over. Bring the hair genes over.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like those things are so
that actually
low
matter.
That matter so low on the priority list that I think that's what confused me the most.
Wait, now that you're saying that, you just reminded me when they would meet that there was like, let's conceive the natural way.
That when some of those women said that, I was like, I mean, it's consensual, so it's not rape, but like, ew. I mean,
thoughts and prayer for all of these people that say yes to the natural way.
I mean, especially that one woman who was like, I mean, he's younger than me, but he's cute. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm like, ugh.
I'm just so grossed out by him too, because it's also like the way he talked on his YouTube videos. And listen, I didn't go on YouTube. I was like, I refuse to give him a view. Yeah,
the clips were enough. I was annoyed.
Yeah, I was like, ew, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
there's like one that said, like on the documentary, like racism doesn't exist. It's like, says the white guy.
Right.
The audacity to say things like this.
Right. You're privileged white male. What do you know? Also, there was something about like inequality doesn't exist. Something like that. And I was like, okay.
And then he sends that message about like bleaching Africa. Are you fucking
that was the other guy who was in that like group.
I don't know. That whole
Either way, they're all psychos.
Thank you.
I don't want your sperm. I don't want your DNA, because I'm sorry. Like, obviously, going through and watching the whole thing, this guy, Jonathan Jacob Meijer, whatever his name is, narcissism, like, psychopathy, like, he has problems. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I feel bad for these women that it's like it took them so long to figure it out, because I wonder how many of them would have changed their mind if they had really known him. Mm-hmm. That they would say, I don't know.
I also think about, some of them being like, I want a sibling or another kid. I just don't, again, I'm not a mom. I'm also, that I know of, not a person that can't conceive. I don't know the feeling that any of these victims had, but why take the same guy again?
Right.
You know, they're already gonna be related because you are their mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like I try to get in their heads, and you know, I get it, but also it's really hard for me to understand. And maybe it's because I'm not any of those things. You know, I'm not a mom. You know, I'm not a person that's trying to have a child. You know, so.
And I guess they figured it happened fast the first time because it was like he has pretty strong sperm.
Right.
Like they would do it like once, maybe twice, and like boom, they're pregnant. So it's like, well, it worked really quickly. We didn't have to take that long. We do have a healthy child in the sense that it doesn't seem to be any immediate issues, health wise. You have someone already who's willing, so you don't have to go through that vetting. That's a loose vetting process.
Yeah.
Comfortability. I don't know.
I just went away in my head thinking about the bald guy.
Leon.
That I guess, I don't remember when they introduced him. I want to say at the end of episode 2 or something like that.
Well, they briefly in the first episode, because there was that one lesbian couple who she said so they went on this Dutch website that was like longing for a child.
Oh my God.
And it was... Jonathan was on there, and then this other guy, Leon, and there's a bunch of other guys too, but the woman clicked on Leon's profile, and she's thinking, oh, like, he really intelligent, kind, like all these great attributes. And then she asks for a picture. He sends this like weird side profile, which was really creepy, and she was like, okay, I don't know, maybe that's weird, but like, I want to meet you.
I need to see this person. Yeah.
So she meets him in person, and he is bald, which that's fine, but he had a scar, she said, in the back of his head, like it wrapped all the way around, like ear to ear, which
like
also
what happened?
Did he have brain surgery? Like,
that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, there must have been a surgery, right?
Yeah, exactly. And she said she just got really weird, icky vibes. So she was like, thanks for your time, but I'm going to keep looking or whatever. I'm sure she was very polite about it. And then she ended up choosing Jonathan. But then, yes, we find at the end of the second episode that this Longing for a Child website is actually exclusively Jonathan and Leon. It's just two guys who made their own website. It's not even legitimate, which is just so scary. So scary.
I want to cry right now.
I mean, how people disgusting. Get scammed nowadays. I mean, society in general, we have to be more careful about things. We cannot just take it at face value. We have to do our research.
100%.
We have to do our own vetting, however that might be. But like we can't be so trusting anymore. I'm sorry.
You know, like with this new world of online, it's become a platform for a lot of scammers. You know, and it's probably easier for them.
So easy.
And I was also thinking that at one point they were basically playing sperm roulette. They would just, which I think, jaw on the floor, makes me want to throw up.
She rolled the R. That's how serious it was.
Yes.
Throw up.
I want to throw up so bad because you're put the sperms together and then like going, ay Dios mío, when they showed that little clip.
My stomach hurts now.
In the documentary, I was like, I want to throw up right now.
I think I practically shouted, what the fuck?
Yeah, I kept screaming, what the fuck? And oh my God, those were my two phrases throughout the whole thing. And, you know, being that kind of psychopath that you're playing with all these families and all these victims, and
I mean, these kids
playing with their livelihood, basically, because those kids, you know, you are trusting that person to create the continuity of your family, you know, or generations to come, and he's they're just playing around with it, you know.
It's a game. It's a game to them.
It's
it was
a game
power
for them.
because it was like, oh, whose
Scoring.
sperm is gonna win out? Who am I going to impregnate?
Oh my god! Man,
Yeah.
that guy is so weird.
Frightening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was the one couple, male, female, who said that when they learned of it, right away they were like, we're going to do a paternity
DNA
test. And they found out that it was Jonathan, but that's the only couple we heard from. So I'm wondering,
I know.
like, how
know.
many...
And, you know, they really don't touch base a lot on that other guy. And, you know, I wanted to know a little bit more
Right.
about his and how many kids he has. Because, you know, they kept keeping score.
Yeah. It seems
But we
less.
only knew... Yeah, we only knew
But-
Jonathan's amount of children, you know? So
Which...
it's...
Still too much. Still too much. I thought Nick Cannon had too many kids, and it's only like 19.
But the only thing that the other thing that I was thinking at first, that I also like learning new words, and I forgot to write it down. There was a word that they said is specifically the name of the consequence of having all these people being related, living in the same area.
Oh, but
It was
like
it was a word with
incestuous?
this. No, obviously that's exactly what would happen, like accidental incest, you know,
Right.
that's why they gotta keep track
Right.
of that's like a whole different topic. But there's a specific word for it. When she said it starts with the C, and it's, you know, when a lot of people are all related, and you know, it
Right.
starts happening, they start getting together. And I did not know that you can feel attracted to us. Listen, I don't have brothers, so I have no fucking idea what they were talking about, you know.
Right.
And I've never grown up with a sibling that's not in my life, you know. But I didn't know that's a thing, that you can be attracted to your sibling because of genetics without knowing that you are actually related.
Right.
And that is so dangerous.
Yeah, I guess it's just like on a subconscious level, like because you do have similar traits, you know, maybe especially like personality wise, so you just generally gravitate towards one another. So like, I mean, when you go out and date and you try to find a partner, like, don't you like someone who's in some way similar to you, maybe has the same values, etc. So imagine like you meet someone and they're basically like you. Of course you're going to be like, oh, well, I really like this person because we have so much in common. And then you find out that that's your half-brother.
I'm going to go throw up.
I
Gross.
would die. I would die. I would never date. I would never date.
No, I mean, that's like in the Netherlands, it's not that big.
No.
And there's over like how many, like 700 over there?
Yeah.
That they thought that they kind of know of, because they don't really have the exact number.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever will. I mean, the fact that there was that, I feel so bad I don't know anybody's name. I didn't write that down. Sorry. There was
like a Nicolette.
Well, the one woman, maybe it was her, where she worked at a school. She's a teacher. And she was talking to another staff member. And she was going through the process of finding a sperm donor. And it turns out, you know, back and forth. Oh, what's his name? Jonathan. Oh, my sperm donor is Jonathan too. So imagine, like... And then she was like, oh, and then I know someone else. And so for her, she knew like 4 or 5 people.
The trauma.
So like just...
And also, it's so evil to do this to basically souls that haven't been born. And then they are born, and then you have to tell these kids that were just born what they're a victim of already. you know?
Yeah. That innocence
And
goes away.
it goes away, and then you also have to limit their lives because they can't just date anybody.
Right.
You know, they can't.
Yeah. I mean, just those, like, questions that they have to ask themselves in the back of their head when they're meeting someone that the average person doesn't. We don't think about that.
No, never. I would never think that.
No.
I wouldn't even think if somebody's my cousin.
Right.
Because I feel like I know my cousins, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
Oh my God, it's so... And then when he says... When all the moms are, like, confronting him, and he says that they need to put a logo on their profile picture, like a fucking cult, for them to know
Right.
that they're his kid.
Right. That's...
What world does he live in?
Yeah. I mean, he's delusional, obviously. Yeah, I mean, he's not sympathetic or empathetic in any regard. He'd never, ever put himself in anyone else's shoes.
Never.
You know, like, he never apologized. He never thought that he was doing anything wrong, which blows my mind. Like, I love when all these women find out and they're messaging him like, you need to stop. And it's like, no. Why not? He's
like, oh, I already stopped some of them. I already stopped. And he's like, you definitely didn't.
Right.
You're actually playing roulette here. Mixing your disgusting sperm with someone else's and giving it to someone. Mm-hmm. I also want to say that, and this is for anybody that wants to make a child and can conceive. Laws are really fucked up. But this is a life-changing moment, so you have to be really fucking picky with what you go for. You know? I know it's expensive. This is the moment not to be cheap. You know? There are things in life, and I have to tell that to myself with, like, things that are not even close to what they're doing, you know? But that is something so important. And I feel like they were also victims of that. These families were probably trying to save a little bit of money, you know? Mm-hmm. And some of them actually wanted to go through the sperm bank. And he was like, no, we can do it privately. So he can pocket that money. Right. But I think it's what you said before. It's like, do your research, you know? If I'm doing that, I would have met 20 people at least.
Right. And, like, really gotten to know them.
All of them, one by one. I need your medical history.
Family.
I need to go to a therapist. And I'll pay for it. The therapist will give me the results.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's if you're deciding to, you know, create life, specifically if you're actually the donor, you know, you should be able to give all your information.
1,000%. Because also it's like, when you decide that you want to settle down and get married and start a family, I mean, you are with your partner for, I'd say most people, for years, and you get to know them. And then you decide, okay, like, this is the person that I want to spend my life with, and I want to have a family. So why should picking a sperm donor be any different? You know, I'm not saying you have to spend years with them. That's hard. But, like, at least get to know them a little 100%. Bit and make sure that it's, like, just on a personality level, too, that it's, like, you can vibe with them. Because I feel like if you can't, that's going to be your kid a little bit. You know?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It's you, like, these decisions and these moments of they're so important. You know, you are choosing someone that's going to be 50% of your kid. And yeah, there's a lot of things that are like learned behavior, but genetics, you can't change them genetics. They are strong. So strong.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's got disorders for sure.
Oh my God.
Especially narcissism. So it's like, those kids, who knows? Maybe some of them will have it. Maybe some of them won't. But, I mean, why would you want to take the chance? Like, if you could weed that out, I don't know.
It's hard because
I would be picky as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, people are picky about choosing a car or,
exactly.
a house. Like,
exactly.
Why wouldn't you be with a child?
Tracy, I can't make up my mind to have dinner. Like, what am I going to have? Like, I have to, when there's too many options, I'm overwhelmed. But then I'm like, I'm really crazy.
Me at a restaurant, I got to look at the menu beforehand.
Exactly. It's such a big decision. And that's just going to the restaurant. Imagine being like, oh, this is going to be the genetics of my child.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right. You have every right to be picky. And I just feel like they weren't. Because, I mean, also, like you said.
The desperation, too.
Yes. And, like, I know one couple, she was like, it's a ticking time clock. Like, I'm getting older. So, I mean, I get it. But also, it was just like, if they had done a little bit more research or
and you think about it too, because it's like you can't really regret it because they do have their beautiful kids,
right
and these are innocent babies, but it's like I can't imagine what it is to live in those parents' mindset right now, because this is something they probably think about every single day of their lives,
because you want to protect your child, and that sort of has been stripped away from them.
Exactly. They're constantly thinking or the what ifs,
the worrying. Oh my
goodness.
God. Like, just a pit in your stomach every day of like, what if, like you said, what if they meet someone
it's I'm so sorry they're going through that. It's really heartbreaking.
It is. And the fact that this is global too. Like,
that's
this
what
is,
I wanted to talk about.
This is not just in the Netherlands, because that alone would be fucked up, right? But then it was like, he's traveling all over the place, and they're like, we know that he's donating too.
So the places that we saw that he was traveling to was, first of all, Australia, because he does have a child there that we know of,
right?
And we saw Mexico.
He was
Brazil.
Yeah, that's a hot spot apparently. Who would have thought?
Oh God.
Like Sweden.
The fact that they are calling it hot spot too. I'm like, I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
At least they weren't calling it like a jizz spot.
God.
Sorry. Sorry.
But that's kind of accurate though. But you think about like everyone in like all these countries in Europe. They're all of them.
Yeah. U.S.,
I don't think
Canada.
there was one left out. Yeah.
I think anywhere that he could donate, he probably has. Except, I'm sure maybe in Asia. But I think you can't donate as much.
Oh, my God. And the fact that he just stopped. Like, he stopped thinking about the consequences. Like, probably 3 kids in. He's like, this is what I get to do, my power,
Yeah, because maybe at first it really was like, I do want to help, and it'd be cool to like have a mini me out there or whatever. And then somewhere along the way, like, I wonder what happened, where the switch was. What happened? Just like maybe meeting the kids too, because there's one of like him holding a baby, and
no.
So it's like, oh, this is what I can do. I can make a person, and just that thrill, that adrenaline, I guess. I don't know. It's very odd too that's like he gets
and the fact
excited by
that he would do the natural way. And not with just one person.
No.
Quite a few. Were a few.
And he would suggest it too. He'd be like, do you want to get it on, or want me to go into a mall bathroom and tug one out.
Like, is this how you want to bring a child to life?
I love that when she was like, yeah, so you like went in the bathroom and like you have guys next to you taking a dump and taking a piss.
All the germs going into that sperm.
Gross. And her partner was like, that's disgusting. She's like, yeah, but like that's probably what happened.
The air particles going into your. I know it's just I have no words right now.
Oh,
it's
God.
It's really disgusting. And I wanted to talk about also.
Yeah, change the subject. I'm getting a lot of saliva.
I know. The fact that they go to, what was the name of the place in Africa?
Kenya.
It was in Kenya.
It was in Kenya. They're like begging for donors, I guess. I don't know if this is true. I need to do more research because I'm like, really? Because I feel like it's quite populated there.
I was going to say that. And also, you know, it's these 3 to 4 white guys, you know, ruining the party per usual.
Super donors, super douches. That's what they are. Like you said,
like
that
Superman. She has there's 20 kids. So I'm like, I want it.
Right.
There was so many times that I felt like impotente. I don't know how to say that. Impotent.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I couldn't do anything. Mm-hmm. You know, because I was so angry at them and the audacity to, you know, say these things like that and yeah, you do them, but also you're proud of it.
Right.
It's so disgusting. And again, the way they were speaking about it on their whatever Facebook group.
It's so immature. Like they don't understand what they're doing. And I mean, the whole reason it should be like the core of it, I want to help a family or an individual, whatever. Yeah, like I want them to have a beautiful, healthy child.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what it is. It's a competition. God. Sorry. Guys, men, come on.
Get it together.
Do better.
You're kind of like always. So I saw, talking about that, I saw a TikTok and it said it was this girl saying, how embarrassing it is. This is like my red flag to say that I like straight men. I'm so embarrassed. And I couldn't stop laughing because it's true, you know? And I went on the comments and it was so funny because some people was like, I didn't choose this life.
Right. I
have to live with this every day of my life. Somebody says, this is my biggest red flag.
It's so true, though. Like, there are times when I thought to myself, like, I wish I was a lesbian.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I look at my sister. She's been married for 10 years, and she's super happy. Me, I am single as fuck, and I haven't dated in, 8 years. Because I'm over men.
Yeah.
But I'm not
it's
attracted
your biggest
to
red
women.
Flag. Yeah.
So it's conundrum.
And she kept saying in the video, she's like, it's so embarrassing. Like, I can't believe this. I have to live with this. I was like, girl, preach to the choir. That's how you know it's not a choice.
Right. It's like you go to Alcohol Anonymous. It should be like a support group.
Yeah. Yep. Literally.
I'm kidding.
Everyone that dates straight men.
Right. Oh.
Just get it. You know, there are a few good out there, but, you know, because they're good, they're not creating this fucking disaster that these motherfuckers outside are doing right now. Right. And just telling you guys, it's making you look so fucking bad.
Also,
it's so evil.
Yes. Yeah. That's perfect. It is. And it's cruel, too. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think they understand the consequences of their actions. Mm-hmm. And
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're fine. You're bringing up excellent points, and I want to go off of that and say also what's so scary is that there are no regulations either.
There's nothing, literally nothing.
Right. Like you brought up toward the beginning when you said, oh, Jonathan was at like 11 sperm banks. And they were like, oh, but you need to sign a form saying that you won't donate anywhere else. They can't enforce that.
No,
how do they know?
How are you going to follow up with that?
They can't, and they didn't, obviously, because that's the thing. They didn't even reach out to other sperm banks.
It's 2024. How there's no database for this? Like, we can go to the moon, we can come back from it, but we don't have something better than a fucking umbrella, and we don't have a database for sperm donors.
Yeah.
How is this a thing?
Right. There should just be a central database where it's like everything is in there. You can cross-reference it.
You have to put like identity shit, like your social security needs to be up there in that system. Everything. Mm-hmm. It gets me so upset because it's like we have all this technology and it's being used not for the right things. Mm-hmm. You know? How are you not protecting all these families? It is your duty when you decide to put a company up like this, or a clinic like this. It is your duty for you to protect your patients and like this to not happen to anybody.
Yeah, they definitely have a responsibility, for sure.
It's so annoying. Also, I would have loved to know more about the Boldy.
Leon.
Leon. Yeah. Because I want to also know what the hell happened in his head.
Right.
Because it does, if you have a mark like that, you either had an accident and they had to do surgery, or they had to do a brain surgery for some kind of like sickness that you have.
Or something. Because that's also like, it feels like an odd spot to have a scar too. Because I feel like I could see the side or even like, but like it was all the way in the back. So
mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
So weird. And the other thing I wanted to say is that they did get Jonathan to stop fucking donating. Wow. But because there are no laws, they had to get him in a different way, basically. They had to get him, lying, that's one. But then the second thing is like no harming over 100 people, some shit like that. It was like a law in the Netherlands, something of like no harming.
Right.
And that's how they got him.
Right. You got to find those loopholes somewhere. Because this is unknown territory. Because they eventually bring it to a lawyer. Because they want him to, like you said, to stop. So it's like, there's no cases that you can look at where there's anything like this that has happened before.
But again, like, if he has done it, and then we find out of other people doing it, we have no idea.
Right.
How many men are doing this right now?
Well, a few, because obviously there's the one in those Facebook groups and then Leon and such. So there are, super donors out there. So this isn't new. It's just that we haven't paid attention. It hasn't been out there in the public to know about. Like, this story blew up through the New York Times, and it was like everybody else picked it up because it's the New York Times,
Yeah.
So it's like that sort of lit this fire and opened people's eyes because I wouldn't have known anything. I hadn't heard of this before.
I also think everything that I've heard about, sperm donors and stuff, I know through like TV shows, like series and stuff. Like I don't
know anybody that I personally who's gone through a donor. Like I also was a little surprised that there were so many people who have, because you hear about like IVF or like getting a surrogate. Like I know people have done that or gone through that, but having a sperm donor, like you said, TV. That's my
TV and
the front of my knowledge.
all I hear is a big process. You have to choose many things like genetics, and at least here in the States, what I've seen through TV shows, it's a little bit more thorough than what I saw over there. But regardless, if there's no database of sperm donors that is common for all clinics in the world, this should be a global thing. It shouldn't 100%. Be just like, national. No, this should be international, global. And if that doesn't happen, this is going to keep happening. If they don't create that, and I'm sure this is so easy to create. Where are all my entrepreneurs out there? Please create this platform. First, you'll become a millionaire. And second, you're going to help so many people. I wish I was like a person that can do stuff like that. I'm definitely not.
Oh my God, especially with technology, like you'd be making so much money.
Yeah.
But
So if you're one of those people that can create that system, please do it. It's definitely needed,
Well, like this, and then also I was thinking, like Christopher Dench, whatever his name was. It was Dr. Death.
Oh, right.
The first season, he was like a spinal surgeon.
Yep, the spinal surgeon.
And it was like he was killing patients.
Not really a doctor.
Like barely a doctor, and killing patients, and the hospital would just sort of like fire him, let him go, and then he would just get hired at another hospital. How is there no paper trail that it's like he was let go because of X, Y, and Z, that a hospital can look at it and say, okay, I don't think we want to have this guy on staff?
Well, the problem with that is that you have to change all the laws with that one. Because there is a medical board.
And that's the thing. I do agree with you. Medical care system, like healthcare system, I mean, come on. We don't give a shit about people.
Yeah.
Just at the end of the day.
But you're definitely right. That needs to be created. The laws need to be changed. Like hospitals, you can't protect doctors that are actual serial killers. So please do your work. Thank you. And but you know what? The one about the sperm donor is a little bit different. It's more private company, so it's a little bit more achievable.
Yeah. I feel like it would definitely be easier.
Yeah, because
there's not as many sperm banks, I feel like, versus hospitals, so it'd be insane.
That's true. But I did think 11 was a lot.
And it was like within the Netherlands.
Yeah, 11 sperm donor clinics. Right. What?
I think the big one was Cryos, and they did mention that in the documentary.
Yeah. And they had something of like, they hit their max or something like that.
Yeah.
But that won't make them stop.
But yeah, like it's crazy though, because it's like, he hit his max in the Netherlands, but then you can go to France, you can go to Belgium, you can go
has to be global.
But like, and then you just sort of go down the line. I feel like that's what he was doing at these sperm banks anyway. It's like, okay, well, I have even like 25 countries to go to, and it's not all of them are 25, but still, that's hundreds of kids.
Yeah.
How?
The God complex kills me.
Right. Like, you shouldn't be able to cross borders. I feel like wherever you're a citizen, that's it.
That's it. You can't do it anywhere else.
Right. Because you're telling me that you can't find someone else. Rule.
Yeah. Like, if you're not gonna, that would be a good law. Like, if you're not gonna make a global database, it should be like something like that. You cannot do it anywhere else.
Right. Like, you have to be a citizen of that country. Because then, I mean, like, what was the point? Because I know in Kenya they were saying, like, European descent or whatever. But, like, I don't know. I feel like, why would Kenya care about European DNA? Yeah. Like, wouldn't you 100%. Want, like, African blood, baby? I don't know. Like, I don't understand. That's why I'm also like, it feels fake to me. But
it's really, eye-opening, because again, it's what you said. We don't know much about it, so I feel like they just open a whole new world. For me, I'm like, oh my God, the fact that there's so many people that are looking for sperm donors, that's one. Second, that this can actually happen, you know? And, you know, I want to say a third, but I don't think I need to. I think those two are the most important things.
Those are very important.
You know?
Yeah.
Eye-opening, bring awareness to it, be picky about it.
Right.
You know, don't trust anybody.
No.
This is major.
Yeah.
I cannot trust anybody.
Right. It's sad, but like I don't think you can give people the benefit of the doubt anymore. Like I think people just prove time and time and time again that they're in it for themselves, they're in it for the money, they're in it for the power, for, you know, so you have to look out for number one, which is you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ask those questions. You know, and if they're not willing to cooperate, that's your answer. Because if they don't have anything to hide and they're not doing anything like nefariously, they'll be honest, you know. So
yeah.
What a fucking dick.
It's really overwhelming too. What's that?
I know, it's being disgusting. I said a jizz spewing dick.
Oh yeah, he's actually, I want to call him a pab.
He's on let's bring it back.
List.
We haven't had pabs in a while. He is number one on the list.
He's a pab, and then all his friends too.
Oh, those guys are gross. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have anything else about the case, T? Do you find?
No, I don't really have any fun facts or anything, unfortunately, because I mean,
definitely not fun facts.
Yeah, or anything.
Fun they're not gonna be.
No, definitely not. Yeah, because I mean, the last thing that we saw is that he went to trial, which I mean, that's great that they were able to bring this to a court of law, and there were consequences, or at least some sort of punishment issued. But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know how well it's gonna work, because it just said that it's like if he is found to have basically donated and impregnated anyone, it's like 100,000 euro or whatever. But like, that's a lot of money.
You know if
but
he did it.
Exactly, and you're not, and like you're telling me that there are people who are gonna, like, everyone's gonna have watched this documentary, everyone's gonna have read an article somewhere about this. Like, you're gonna get people who aren't aware that this happened, and they're going to find him, because I can't see him stopping. I think it's an addiction at this point.
Oh, 100%. It's definitely an addiction. I was also thinking that not just him, like the rest of his group are all addicted.
Posse.
Yeah,
posse
they're
of
all
pervs.
addicted to that power, basically. Yes. A bunch of pabs.
Posse of pabs.
Yeah, and I really like that the judge said, because he was like, oh, like the audacity of him being like, I want to be involved in their kids' lives, and she's like, it's impossible for you to go to 600 fucking birthdays,
right?
You know, the way that she's like, what you're saying makes no fucking sense,
right? Logically think about that. I think that also is like, he did not understand what he was doing.
He didn't,
like, just logically idea. Like, just think about it like that. So many kids, so many people and families that you've impacted with this. Like, I just don't think he understood the impact that he had.
No, not at all. I have no words, you know. And then I think he says at the end, he posted a YouTube video, or there was an interview, and he was saying that they basically were lying. I'm like, the gateway for all white men.
Right, pity party.
They're
like, they're being mean to me. They should be thankful. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, they are, but like, you went about it in such a shitty way.
You ruined their life, basically.
Yeah. Like, it just got out of control, you know? Of course they have every right to be upset. Because we're going to see down the line.
Why are they so angry? I was like, when he said that.
Oh. Right. Just think about it, dude. You tell me, why do you think they'd be upset? Just, that's what I'm saying. He didn't put himself in their shoes.
I mean, he would never. He wouldn't.
No.
He has, like, no empathy. Yeah. Nothing. Zero. What a fucking psychopath. Seriously. Well, this one, because it's so new, it did not have an audience score yet. But it did have a Rotten Tomatoes score, and it was 92%, which I think is pretty accurate.
Yeah, I thought it was very good.
I give it 2 thumbs up. It's really well done. Mm-hmm. I kind of like that they made some of the victims act it out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and some of the advocates too, you know, like, oh, just like pretend to be on the phone real quick.
Right, I loved it. And all the, like, images of him, like, walking, it was like a stunt double, like, walking to his birthday and the hair. And
Yeah. They did that pretty well. Yeah. I really, really liked that. I think it was really well directed. We got, if anything, I won more.
Right. Like, I thought the pace of everything was really good. The storytelling. I loved all the interviews. I mean, all the people that they interviewed, like, all the parents. I mean, I just really felt for them.
It's heartbreaking.
So, very good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I did not know what I was getting myself into.
Hell no. You told me that and I was like, okay. Because I saw a case like this.
With the gynecologist
here. Yeah, because he would put his own sperm in the thing.
Right.
And it was in I want to say he has like over 100 kids or a little bit, or over 200, something like that. Yeah. It was a lot.
That's also crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, how would we not have laws? Because that was like a little while.
It was a while ago because the kids they're adults.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it was like in the 60s or 70s. So, woof. Come on, get your shit together, world.
Yeah, and also, like, it's just how it's really hard for me to understand that you're choosing something for somebody else. You know? Like, you had one job and you're deciding to put your own fucking sperm in that little fucking thing and be like, oh yeah, this is from this person. Like, you need to be really, really fucked up in the head to make decisions like this, you know? So, no words. But the documentary is really well done. Both of them, actually. I can't remember what the name was.
I can't remember either. I think it's...
But everyone should watch it so they know how common it is.
Yes, which is scary.
And these are the cases that we actually know about.
Right.
So we don't know how many times it has happened.
Right. But again, hopefully this is more eye-opening and you raise that awareness, especially if you're wanting to go through the process.
Yeah.
Woof.
Well, I know. Woof is right.
Glad I don't want kids. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it for today, guys. That was a good one.
That was good.
That was a good documentary.
I only almost threw up maybe like 2 or 3 times, but
me around 10.
Around
10.
Considering
every time they would show the cup,
sperm. Oh,
because it's also like the cup and like from car to car. Or, like, picking it up at the mall. I was like, no. This is all kinds of wrong.
Ugh. Sick. Oh, God. I'm sorry, but gross.
So gross.
Disgusting.
But you should all watch it and then tell us what you think. Or if you did watch it, tell us if you agree with us. You can review, give us a rate. You can email us, too. We are also on Instagram and TikTok. And all the platforms, we're there for you.
Yeah.
Also, thank you guys for listening to the Bridgerton episodes. They are the ones that are most listened to. So if you like those, let us know if you want us to cover something alike, or maybe what was the Queen Charlotte? Maybe something like that we can do.
Okay.
I have yet to see it. I know
I haven't watched it yet either.
I haven't watched it.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
We're bad.
Yeah.
Also,
well, let us know. Comment.
Yes. Comment,
Give us
like,
suggestions.
subscribe. All of it. All of it. All of it. Okay. We'll talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.